What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Monday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Some of you may have already heard about this particular story right here that took place in Texas at a Frisco Memorial High School track meet just last Wednesday morning. Okay, where we had two 17-year-old young men right here, became embroiled in an altercation. Okay, we have 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony to your right here. Okay, who happened to go and sit underneath this tent right here to get out of the rain. Okay, when 17-year-old Austin Metcalf approached him, and they said along with his twin brother, and told him he couldn't sit there. Okay, and Carmelo Anthony told him he wasn't moving. And if you touch me, you're going to see what's going to happen. All right. Now, it is rumored that these two had an altercation before. His twin brother is allegedly, pretty much roughed Carmelo Anthony up a day or two before this incident took place. This is alleged. I'm not really sure. Where they actually, pushed him around, took his cell phone and threw it on the ground and stomped on it, and it's also alleged that Austin Metcalf and his twin brother are known bullies, okay, at this school. I'm not sure, I'm just saying this is what it's alleged that this is, okay. But as a result, Carmelo Anthony pulled a knife after Austin Metcalf tried to move him. Now, one thing that is established, Austin Metcalf did approach him and he did try to move him after Carmelo Anthony told him, "Don't touch me." All right. After that took place, a stabbing ensued, and Austin Metcalf died as a result. Okay, he was stabbed in the chest, and Carmelo Anthony retains that he was actually defending himself. Now I have two video clips where we're going to get, the initial situation that takes place, and then what Austin Metcalf's twin brother has to say about it. All right. So without further ado, let's check this out.
New documents detail what may have happened in the moments leading up to the stabbing death of a Frisco ISD student, Austin Metcalf. It comes as the community continues to really process what all happened. Tonight, our Aaron Jones speaking to a crisis counselor who is now sharing some advice.
The Frisco Centennial High School student charged with stabbing Frisco Memorial student Austin Metcalf has been transferred to the Collin County Jail. Arrest documents state 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony was sitting under Frisco Memorial's pop-up tent at a track meet Wednesday morning. Metcalf told Anthony he needed to move, then Anthony grabbed his bag, reached inside, and said, quote, "Touch me and see what happens." The documents say a short time later, Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move, and Anthony stabbed Austin once in the chest and then ran away. Later telling an officer at the scene, "I'm not alleged, I did it. He put his hands on me, I told him not to." Anthony's bond was set at $1 million. Legal expert Philip Linder weighing in.
If there is no evidence of the young man who died having a deadly weapon or threatening to do serious harm to this kid, then he has no business using a knife. And so there will be no self-defense claim that he could really urge.
Metcalf's father tells us his son's twin, Hunter, witnessed what happened that day and tried to save his brother's life.
I need my son back, but it's not possible. All I can ask for is just pray.
Arrest documents show more than 30 students and coaches are also listed as witnesses to the violent death.
There's a likelihood that there will be post-traumatic stress.
Veronica Seitz, a trained mental health crisis counselor, says anyone in need should be getting counseling to cope with their feelings.
So that they know and see and experience that they are not in this alone. Give them space to talk if they are open to visit but also pay attention to things if they've lost their appetite, if they're having disruptions to sleep.
Frisco ISD has counselors on hand for any students that need to talk. Today, I spoke with Anthony's legal team. They tell us they will not be commenting on this case at this time. Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
New details about the killing of Austin Metcalf, the student stabbed at a high school track meet near Dallas. According to the arrest affidavit, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony has confessed to the killing, saying he was trying to protect himself.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I do for him. I do anything for him.
Hunter Metcalf says he held his twin brother Austin as he was dying.
I tried to look around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. No.
It happened at the district championship meet in Frisco. Hunter says his brother had asked Carmelo to move his seat because he was sitting under the wrong tent. A witness says Carmelo replied, "Touch me and see what happens." And when Austin grabbed him, Carmelo allegedly pulled a knife.
They asked him to move, and when Austin grabbed his backpack to move, take it, he stabbed him in the chest and killed him.
He's now charged with first-degree murder.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it.
Austin is being remembered as an honors student with aspirations to play college football. Despite the shocking loss, Austin's father says he chooses forgiveness over anger.
I forgive the other person because the forgiveness is not for him. The forgiveness is for me, so I can have peace. His life is destroyed. My life is destroyed.
The arrest affidavit says as Carmelo Anthony was being arrested, he asked if Austin was okay. Anthony is being held on $1 million bond. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Okay, so it's clearly established that this young man, Carmelo Anthony, felt like he was defending himself, okay? And he was being approached aggressively. And the reason why I say aggressively, look, anytime you put your hands on somebody trying to make them do something that they don't want to do, that is aggressiveness right there. You know, and hey, prepare for whatever the consequences that may take place. You understand? Now, condolences to the family for the loss. But at the same time, let's make this clear. If Austin Metcalf didn't approach this young man right here that day, I'm sure this wouldn't have took place. Okay, regardless of if the young man, Carmelo Anthony felt like he needed to use a knife, or not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he felt like, because now there's allegedly that he had an altercation with these two guys a day or two before. Okay? This is alleged. I'm not really sure about it, but this is what I've been hearing. All right? Maybe he felt like he needed to use a knife for two people. Maybe he felt scared, threatened. You understand? Or what have you. But for the one guy, the so-called prosecutor, I don't know who he was, in the first clip, said that, well, if there was no aggressiveness behavior, or this Austin Metcalf wasn't using any weapons, then you didn't have a right to use a knife. But who are you to tell somebody what they have a right to do? That's not your call. You understand me? You don't have that call. You don't make that call because you don't know what this young man was feeling at that particular time to where he felt like he may have had a knife. But one thing's for sure. He did feel like he had to defend himself, and he did it to the best of his ability at that particular time. That's just what it is. See, what I don't like is that when you get bullies who feel like they have the right to approach you and put their hands on you, or what have you, or attempt to put their hands on you, and then when they lose the fight, they play the victim, and everybody else around them play the victim for him too. That's not right. Teach your children not to go messing with nobody who's not bothering them. And from what I understand about it, also, it is said that Carmelo Anthony had, consent to sit underneath this tent right here to get out of the rain. If he had, consent to sit underneath that tent, who was Austin Metcalf right here? Who was he to tell him he had to move? He had no right to come there messing with that fella. He didn't no more than if it was the shoe was on the other foot. Hell, you got people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s doing the same thing now. Trying to bully somebody. And then time you get your ass messed up, first thing you want to do, well, I didn't do this, you didn't have to do that. Well, it's too late for it. It's too late at that point. Mind your business, leave folks alone. You don't know what folks can be going through, and they just ain't up for no bullshit. That's basically what it all boils down to. It's real simple, it's clear. Now, it is said that they're trying to raise some money from Mr. Carmelo Anthony here. And they've raised $30,000 so far for his defense. 50 is their goal, from what I hear. Now, as far as Metcalf, Mr. Metcalf over here says something about $250,000. You know what I mean? That they've raised so far for him or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're raising money for him for, but whatever there is, that's what it is. Okay? But this is what I'm saying right here. Leave people alone. Don't bother nobody. And chances are, won't none bad come down on you. And that's just what it is. You know? I hate that this situation took place. But you setting yourself up for disaster. When you go meddling, folks. And that's just what it is. That's all I got on this particular story. I want you guys to tell me what you think about it in the comment section. That's if you can comment. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.